And today on the Tacomaholic channel, we're gonna play What's in the Box.
I'll show you with the box. What was in the box?
Specifically for the pair of 42-inch Plano boxes I've got mounted to my roof rack. Welcome back to the Tacomaholic channel, everybody. If this is your first time stopping by and you love everything related to Tacomas, go ahead and subscribe now. Alright guys, so I broke down the two boxes with the right side being recovery related gear and the passenger side being repair related gear that you might encounter on the trail. Just to keep everything sort of nice and separated, somewhat organized. But before I hop up there and show you guys that equipment, I am securing both of the Plano boxes with, I've got one of these master locks on either side. It fits perfectly in the slot up there. These are stainless steel, so they should be completely weatherproof. They do have like this rubber or vinyl coating on the outside as well. And these are supposed to be pretty stout. I think they are the grade, I want to say the grade 8 master locks. I'll put a link in the description when I get home and check the box again in case you guys are interested. Because I was running a little padlock on my axe right here that was not weatherproof and it started rusting out, so I need to get something for that. Kind of a pain though, because you can see where the slot is. This sort of bumps it out, making it hard for that lock arm to grab. So if you guys have any good suggestions on the lock I could use on this, comment below, let me know. And here is the driver's side recovery related box. I'm gonna go over all this stuff in just a second, but before I do, you guys may or may not remember, I did a video sort of water testing the Plano boxes with a hose to try to simulate rainfall. I'll link that above in case you haven't seen it. Check it out. I was pleased with the results of that. I didn't get a drop of water on the inside, but I have noticed a few times when it's been like heavy, you know, like half-day rain where it's raining for like 6 hours or more, there is a little bit of condensation buildup. So I'm going to share something I stumbled across on Amazon with you guys. This is a pack of these. They're like, you know, like the desiccant packets you get when you buy new shoes or appliances or all that, but these are pretty beefy. They're a good size, and I want to say there's like 30 or 50 of them in here, so a ton of these. And the cool part about these, if I can get this to stand up for the video here, of course not. If you put one of these in and like it soaks up water, you don't have to throw it away. There are instructions on here. You can like bake it in the oven at a certain temperature for a certain number of minutes and it will recharge the packet so you can reuse it. So I've got a few of these on each side just to help protect against any water that'll get in here. Not like I'm, you know, transporting super valuable stuff in here, but there are some metal pieces, so I want to try to avoid any corrosion, rust, or like mold or mildew on some of the recovery gear right here. As with a bunch of the other stuff I'll go over, you guys know the routine. I will link this in the description below. Certainly useful for this application right here with the Plano boxes, which sadly are not nearly as waterproof as I thought. But of course, you guys could probably come up with a ton of other reasons to use these cool little packets. And as far as the recovery gear goes, this is just the stuff I transport. I just keep up here 24/7. Of course, if I'm going out to go wheeling or hit the trails or whatever, I'll probably throw a few extra things in here. So as I go over this stuff, if you guys can think of any good ideas you think I left out that would easily fit in the Plano box, of course, not everything will fit in here, go ahead and comment below, let me know what it is. So first up, right here in the front, I do have my ARB. This is the tree saver strap that you wrap around the tree, just like the name implies, to protect it in case you have to winch. And as you can see, it is pretty thick. It's got some good girth to it, which usually isn't a problem, but because these are not the biggest boxes, when I had the Plano boxes do come with this foam padding, I cut it right here just to let this sink down a little bit so I didn't risk pushing the lid up and, you know, sort of breaking whatever water seal it has, making that worse to get more water in there. So I did cut that. I've got that sitting just on a microfiber cloth just for a little added protection against the elements. And of course, as you can see, I just have some of those packets sprinkled everywhere. I even have some of those desiccant packets like under the foam where I left that in. Moving down, this right here, and now this is all metal and it is steel, so I did, just to be safe, keep this in a regular sandwich Ziploc bag. This is one of those curved high lift adapters that you can just put on the end of your high lift so it cups the bottom of the sliders just to make it a little safer, I guess, to keep it from sliding any when you actually have to use that to lift your truck from the sliders. It cups that so it doesn't move around. Because the regular high lift that will actually grab right here, that part is flat, so I guess that could shift and cause all kinds of headaches for you. Definitely want to avoid that. Move that out of the way. Next up, these are the limb riser kits. Again, I did a video for those. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I don't run those all the time, obviously. That'd be kind of annoying and definitely mall rated. I keep them in here. They got all the hardware. It's just a few bolts to put them on. Takes 5 minutes, so I can slap them on the trail. Good to go. And as you can see also with some of this stuff, I try to space it out so it's not gonna like slam into each other and cause any kind of added noise. Definitely don't need that as Tacoma drivers. Moving back here to the back, this is my actual recovery strap, also from ARB, link down in the description. You will obviously use this with a tree saver strap. The tree saver strap actually can give you a little bit of extension if this is not long enough, but I want to say this one was 50 feet, so it should be good for most of the time where I wheel, which is usually forested areas. And in the back, and again, this is just what I keep in here all the time. I have just one extra recovery shackle, D-ring, whatever you want to call it. If I'm going wheeling, I probably have like 5 more of these at home. I will throw those in the back as well. So that is it for the recovery side. Again, comment below if you can think of anything else that would easily fit in here, recovery related. All right, this is the repair box on the passenger side. Yes, I have more than just this in here, but I'm going to show you something real quick. This is a spare CV axle that does fit in here. I have it sitting on the pad because I thought just the weight of the CV, since it is pretty bulky, sinking down into the foam would keep it from sliding around, but as you can see, the little stain right there on the drive over here, every time I took a turn, it rolled to one side. So I'm going to pull this out real quick and sort of gouge out the foam. Hopefully that'll allow that to sink in just a little bit more, so it'll be held in place and not sliding all over the place when I'm driving around. All right, not exactly surgical precision, but those 2 gouges should let this sink just a little bit, so it should hold that while I'm driving around. I will of course update you if that does not work. Okay, so I got the CV axle in place, spare for the trails, because this is one of the most common things you will break, or whether it's a seal or whatever, when you're out on the trail, and better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So I've got it up here in my Plano box. In addition to this, a few tools generally required to remove your CV. I've got an east wing hammer. I think this is like one of those 3-pound mini sledges you can use to make an improvised slide hammer. Some of the steel cable. This is the same stuff I also use for my limb risers. The steel cable used to make the slide hammer. A regular pry bar, which I'm not sure if I'll leave this up here because I do use this quite a bit, I guess, when I'm just doing other stuff on my truck, but not like it takes a long time to hop up here and get it. And of course, as you can see, I've got plenty of those desiccant packets, both on top and under the foam on this side, just like the other side. And this little tool is called a tie rod puller. I might do a separate video for this. It's one of those things that is super useful when working on your truck. Easily pop off the tie rod. You just attach it to the end of any impact gun and you're good to go. Maybe a video coming for this in the future, but again, links for all this stuff down in the description below. And please comment if you can think of anything else sort of tool or trail repair related that I need to put on this side of the box that would not be super susceptible to a little humidity. All right, everybody, that will do it for this video. Now, I do sort of hop up there every few days, especially, of course, if it has been raining, just to check to see if any moisture got on the inside of the boxes. It's been relatively under control, so I haven't really had any issues yet. I've heard of a lot of people having issues with the Plano boxes, though, so if you've got issues, let me know. And go ahead and comment below. Let me know what you think of the current setup I'm running up there. And again, comment below if you can think of anything useful I should add related to recovery or trail repairs. As always, thank you so much for supporting the channel by watching this video. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video.